happy man the day?
No, I wouldn't think so. It was a poor display by anybody's standards. Certainly by the standards we set early in the season. Yeah, that's dissipated very quickly in the last 2 weeks, you know, with the 2 defeats. So, you know, winning home games and taking points is essential for us, and we never looked like taking a point today, to be perfectly honest.
Palace conditions, wages on.
No, I don't think it was anything to do with that. I thought we just had no presence about us today, you know. You know, we're a big side physically, but we didn't have any presence, and I don't mean going about kicking people. I just thought physically we looked short today, you know, which was disappointing. But right, Dan, you've just got to take it on the chin. That's it. We give away a goal. The first goal's an error by the goalkeeper. You know, we're debating the second one. You guys have probably got the best vantage point of the whole thing when you see the penalty.
No, it was not penalty.
The linesman gives it. The referee's absolved himself of all blame. He's blaming the linesman. The linesman, you know, is thinking he's had a right good game today.
First one up the tunnel as well, the linesman.
Aye, he's a great guy. I haven't seen him before, so you know, I'll be looking out for him in the future. But like everything, no, I don't. No, I try not to get too familiar with the lads. The guys in the stand side, obviously, I'm on that side of the park. I'm not about talking to them and having a bit carry on. They're normally fairly experienced.
You agree that the referee? I mean, I didn't think the referee was giving it.
The referee wasn't giving it. The linesman gave it. The linesman gave it. It's pure and simple. You know, it happened to us last week at Brecon as well. We were denied the penalty, and the linesman says, well, if the referee gave the penalty. So penalty kicks over the last 4 or 5 weeks have not been our friend. You know, we missed one at Dumbarton as well. It cost us points. So. You know, it hasn't worked for us. But I've got to say, I said that to the referee. I didn't think it was a penalty. I don't think it was anything like a penalty kick. But he gave the decision. They scored off it. That effectively finished the game. But I don't think that it would have made any difference. I think we could still be playing and no scoring. We got the ball in the box a few times. I don't think we had anybody attacking it with any real desire to score today. And that was evident to me. And I gave some lads a chance to come in who haven't been playing, and unfortunately didn't take that chance. So I don't think anybody will be too unhappy if they're chatting on the door next week and they find themselves on the side. You know, I think all they've got to do is watch the DVD back to see exactly why.
First goal's a killer as well.
First goal's a killer. I mean, the games, you know, I thought they were slightly better. There wasn't a great deal in it, but to lose the first goal in a scrappy game's a killer. And we know in this division, if you lose the first goal, you usually lose the game. And that happened today. You know, we wanted a response in the second half, and against a very strong win, we just couldn't really muster enough.
What did the keeper say about the goal? Because it looked like it was just a quite standard header.
I think he's trying to do the second phase before the first phase. He's looked up to see where he was going to throw the ball out, you know, and the ball's ended up in the net. So it's a matter. I mean, he hasn't made any for it. To be fair to him, he's played really well over the period.
That's what I'm saying.
He's looked a very safe goalkeeper. Unfortunately today it was undoing of us in that respect. But I asked his teammates to get him at a hole at half time, and I wanted a response. I don't think we quite got that, you know. So it's a case of you know, back to the drawing board. We'll go on Saturday with different personnel, different shape of side, I would imagine, because that didn't work for us today. We committed 4 forwards, which I don't normally do. We want to try and attack teams at home, but I've learned a lesson in that today. It left us wide open and ultimately cost us the game.
Danny, the 3 points the other day?
It was very, very welcome 3 points. We had a very difficult time against Stenhousemuir last season. You know, in the campaign they had the upper hand on us. So I was absolutely.
Last season as well. You never scored here actually last year.
We know. I wasn't aware of that, you know. But any times we've come down here, we've played to a reasonable level. We could say now maybe thinking about these Stirling games because you're down the same venue also. But we were delighted in the manner and the way that we got off to it. And I felt for the first whistle right to the last. We were well at it. You know, we were in and about them. We knew the strengths that they would bring, along with their big personnel. And you know, if I was John last week and I was coming looking at my team with the back 4, etc., you know, my tactics might have been a wee bit similar, but you know, we worked on it hard, and the back 4 have been solid for this season. You know, we just put it down to a bad day at the office last week, but they responded fantastic today.
Is it fair to say you're suitably well adjusted to Division 2 now after a shaky start? You 3 wins in the last 4 now?
Well, you're seeing a shaky start. You know, big decisions went against us in the first 2 games where we lost 2 players in the first game because we held our breath for the 75th minute until we went down to 9 men, and then the second game against Brecon we lose our goalkeeper after 5 minutes. So it was big decisions that went against us, and then their second goal was we brought it back to 1-1, and it was an equaliser for a penalty decision. But you know, we've adapted and we're adjusting. Okay. you know, there's still room there for improvement. We'll keep demanding more out of them, and we'll not let them take the foot off the pedal, because you know it's a very, very difficult league, as you say. And I look at Sterry's record coming down. They've got a fantastic record for the beginning of the season, but it shows you how tight it is, even just with winning games, you know, because we were not too far behind them prior to our no picking up any points in the first 2 games, you know. So it just shows you like a draw or a couple of draws can do you, but also a couple of wins can really get you up.
After you got ahead though, I thought you were maybe comfortable, no, the word, but you didn't look
I'd never say comfortable at 1-0, but I felt when we got that the initial goal, you know, and a wee bit of luck in it, to be fair, you know, the keeper really should have had it for his quality that he's got, but you take them anyway, and after that it went in, you know, it settled us down a wee bit. There was a strong wind there the first half, and you know, knowing John's teams in the way that they set up, I knew we would see a lot of the ball, and it was just to be patient, you know, rather than just forcing things. But I think on the day, over the piece, taking the goals aside, I thought we deserved that.
Do you think it was a penalty?
Well, my initial thought when I did see it, I just thought it was two guys that were focused on the ball. Mm-hmm. But when I did notice, if you watch it in the video, the ball does go forward. So Gareth got to the ball first, so the keeper's not took anything of it. So it's a decision. I think it was the linesman that was giving it, you know. But initially we didn't know. It took us maybe 30-40 seconds to realise that he'd given that decision. But as I say, it's the wee bit of luck that goes maybe against you. You know, I'm not a big one to say, you know, you get that bit of luck back, but you know, we got a wee bit of luck to that side of things.
Okay, that's well, you've had better days, I'm sure.
Aye, absolutely, yeah, but it's one of the days, isn't it? I mean, first one I put my hands up, you know what I mean? It's just
sorry,
my
I'm
hands,
just
you know what I mean? I'm expecting it.
What happened with the first goal? I mean, he's got his
No, he's
head
just
on
not
to
there.
it.
I've just not expected him to get in, you know what I mean? And he's just not done, and he's been that close. And you've only got like a split second to react. And
Just a wee moment of misjudgment, really.
Well, I should have really put it in the post, really.
You take the blame for it, Chris?
Oh, aye, first goal, aye, absolutely. It's never a penalty on that one there. It's just
Well, that was going to be my next question. What happened there? Obviously, the teams have.
Well, it's come out the edge of the box, and I've got the decision. If you leave it, then he's through and go. But I've came with my head, and the ball clearly went 30 yards that way. The referee says after the game, wrong decision. So it's the referee.
The referee said that,
did he? He says I'll speak to you inside. It's just a wrong decision. He says we can't do it now. The game's done now. So it's a terrible decision.
That's brave of the guy to say that.
That's very brave.
Well, the linesman, he says the linesman was adamant, but
I've heard
he knows
that,
himself that.
But he's doubting his own mind.
Because the ball's clearly, everybody can see it. The ball's clearly went that way. I got it in my head and it's been 30 yards. Out for a shy, do you know what I mean? So how you can give a penalty when he's coming in to me and I've headed it that way? It's him that's coming in to me, do you know what I mean? I've just went up, got up high and won the ball in my head. So
The linesman was the first one off the pitch at the end there.
well, he just got worse after that, to be fair, you know what I mean? I'm no one for really slagging him.
Oh well, he insisted as well that who was it to go booked you there. I mean, I stirred him saying that he has to be booked. He has to be
after that
cautioned.
decision, he just got worse, you know what I mean? It just went worse, bad to worse, you know what I mean? You see me going there straight after the game. It's a ridiculous decision, but at the end of the day, we didn't really turn up today, you know what I mean? We've been drawing all season. And
You're for a good start yourself.
I have, you know, but just one of the days and put it behind us. I mean, the wind picked up the second half, which didn't help us as well.
That's what I was going to ask you about the first goal, because it's easy to sit in the stand that when you either play them goal, in that wind, there's gusts and there's did that have any effect on your decision to go?
Well, no, I mean, it's been that close to me. The boy's just nipped in. It's been about 5 yards out. Gary's missed the header, the front post, and then he's nipped in front and it's been down there, and I've tried to. It's just went through my hand. You've only got a split second really, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, it was so tight, it was so close to the goal.
Aye, it was, you know, but I take your blame for it.
Okay, good for you.
The manager said you at half time incidentally.
No, it's just,
alright,
I've been good, to be fair, I've done alright this, I've done...
No, you've done excellent, and your boss has said that. He also said that he asked your teammates to dig you.
I know, but the second, I mean, that decision was just...
Killed it.
To be fair, everyone can see it, do you know what I mean?
Very true.
How you can give up in it, I don't know.
Thanks a lot, that'll be me.
Right, all day. Thank you very much, mate.